Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Ashley with Ashley Marie Plans. It has been a little bit since I put out a video, so I'm super excited to bring this one to you guys today. I was sent a package from PlanBold to review with you guys, and I am really excited to share this with you. I am pretty selective in whether or not I will say yes to review a planner from different companies. I've made different mistakes in the past of reviewing different planners that just didn't have the best customer experience for people. And you guys, the two women, they're sisters that created this business, they are some of the sweetest people that I've ever interacted with. They're super kind. Everyone that I've talked to who has either purchased one or who has reviewed one has said the same thing. So I really feel like if you guys were to trust a purchase with these guys, you guys would be super happy with your results. So if you were to put your money and your trust into their product, you guys will not be disappointed. So let's just jump right in. I'm going to save the planner for last. I'm going to talk about this other stuff here really quick. And we'll go over save the best for last. Okay, so first we're going to go over the grocery list. You guys, I don't know if you're like me, but I like to do my grocery shopping a certain way. When I make my list, I think about the way that I walk the grocery store. So I always start in produce, and then I go to deli and the bakery, then I hit my meats and dairy, and then I hit frozen, and then it just kind of depends on my mood when I go into the dry grocery section, but I hit the same, I shop in the same way every single time, and I make my list accordingly. So this is going to make it super easy. You can write everything you need in the produce section, in the deli section, health, market, pharmacy, meats, frozen, dairy, other. For me, this would be like snacks, because that takes up a lot, you know, with kids, like pasta, snacks, crackers, all that good stuff. And then other household items, so like Ziploc baggies. Like today I went to the store without a list and I forgot one of the two things that I went there for. But this is awesome. So this grocery pad, I'm so sorry, I don't know exactly how many pages it comes with, but this grocery pad is $12. This is so worth it. You guys, this grocery pad it's everything. So you can just tear this right off. It's not sticky, so you can just tear it off and fold it up and take it with you as you go to the grocery store. All right, next, there are 3 different notepads here. So this one, it's not lined, but it does have the different boxes, so you can check things off as you go. I'm a list maker. I like to check things off. My daughter is the same way. She likes to draw a line through things, but I'm teaching her my ways. Checklist. So there's that, and then this one is just like a regular lined paper pad, and then this one just has their symbol on here, and it's like a little lioness, and it says plan with confidence down here at the bottom, and this is just like a regular notepad. So you can get all 3 of these for $18. They're not sold separately, so you'll get 3 of these pads for $18. It's a pretty good deal. So there's that. All right, so now we're gonna jump right into the planner. And you guys, when I say that these ladies have thought of everything, I truly mean that. Everything that you could think of that you needed in a planner is here. Not necessarily if you're used to my videos with like goal setting and such with Moxie Life, not so much all the goal setting stuff, but like everyday life. Like this is a mom's best planner. Not just a mom, it can be, you know, anybody, but as a mom, there's a lot of things to remember. As a working mom, there's, you know, tons of things to remember, like when am I going to make time to work out? When am I going to make time to go to the grocery store? When am I going to make time to drink enough water? Like, just, I know all moms struggle with that, but just for me as a working mom, I just feel like my life is just constantly insane all the time. And this just kind of keeps everything together. So let me just start with the cover. It's a hard cover and it's nice and soft. I can't even honestly compare this cover to anything that I felt before. It's so smooth. It's so smooth. It's just so smooth. It is on an O-ring, which is not my favorite thing, but since I've been using Moxie Life for the last 2 years, I'm used to an O-ring. But so it's an O-ring. It's silver, along with their the PlanBold and the lioness across the top. Then down here it says plan with confidence, and like I said, it's a hard cover and it's just so super soft. And then it has this really pretty design on the front cover here, some really pretty greenery type leafy looking thing, and then it's all pink, so all this is pink and white. It's very nice. And then we've got a plan with confidence page, plan bold, live bold, and then you have 2 years of a year at a glance. So this is the year that we're in, 2022, and then 2023. And then it's got room here for annual appointments, goals for 2022. And then it's got this area down here. These are like the icons that you'll want to kind of keep track of as we go through the video here. So here it says, keep yourself accountable each week by crossing off the icons below. So it just is like a way to like kind of like remind you to get these things in. So you've got a little dumbbell for working out, a little water drip for water, a little moon for sleep, and an apple for diet. So that's just kind of like a legend, I guess you could say, to kind of know what all those different symbols mean as we go throughout. So me personally, I don't think that I would use this spot for like annual appointments. I don't know if I just don't have my life together enough, but I probably wouldn't use that, but I might think about just widening that out and coming up with another area on here to remember, like maybe like important days off that my kids have. I don't know what I would use that for, but probably not annual appointments. And then I won't be using this to keep track of my goals, but for someone who's maybe not using a Moxie Life or any other kind of goal setting, this might be really a nice area for you to just kind of lay out like what are some areas in your life that you want to work on, work towards your goals. It just might be a nice area to keep track of that there. Okay, so I want to talk about these tab pages. I'm not really sure what that's a tab page, right? Is that what that's called? But it's like a really nice hard like cardstock. So it's definitely different than the rest of these pages. So they're meant to be really sturdy. So you can like flip through the months really easily. And there's definitely a clear difference on these tabbed pages. So we're gonna flip into January. So first things first, you've got your month at a glance here. One thing that I would kind of prefer is that maybe these numbers were like a little bit softer. It's like maybe just grayed out a little bit so that the days of the month for the month that I'm looking at here is a little more bold than the numbers that don't really apply to this month. Yeah, I mean, that's not anything major here, but that's just something that kind of stands out to me because it feels like just like a lot of numbers on the page, but this is great. I love that the numbers are up here in the corner. I love that there's a spot here for projects. I like that there's not too much going on. It gives it a little bit of color in here, but it's not too like overwhelming. There's not like a bunch of different designs or anything like that. I know that some people really do like that, but this is a planner that I'm just going to be writing everything in. It doesn't necessarily have to be beautiful all the time. It's going to be something that I just can scribble down what I need to and kind of move on. And I like that it's not going to be ugly because there's still pops of color. And, you know me, I kind of am a neat freak about writing. So it's still going to look really nice. And just like that hint of color spread out is just going to make it look really nice. So this is your monthly view. And then you're going to move into your first week. So I wrote on this today. I was kind of jumping into it, so I'm just gonna flip to this. So this, just pretend this is your first week, okay? So right after you flip open your month at a glance, just pretend this is the first week. This is exactly what it opens up to. So I love this. I love this layout. So over here, so I just don't need this to go all the way across. So I love that they have kind of broken this up so you don't have that much room in for every single day. So you can just write down anything that's important to you, anything you want to get done, any appointments, anywhere you got to be, just anything important, right? This is where you're going to map out your week. This is where appointments will live, reminders will live. And then over here off to the side, you can just jot down your to-do list. So I don't know if you're like me, but if I know for sure, you know, in 2 weeks from now that I have something due, like a bill or something like that, maybe I don't know if I want to write it in here or an appointment or whatever, or I need to make an appointment, right? I can just scribble it down off to the side in this to-do section. So it's got plenty of room for you to jot down some to-do lists. The only thing that I would maybe like to see here is lines. I really enjoy writing like along a line. It just helps me, it just makes everything feel really neat. So I would like to see some lines in here, but this is great. I love this area that has for your to-do list here. And then instead of just giving you another giant long to-do list over here, it's gonna give you a spot for you to start thinking about what's next. So goals for next week. So, you know, maybe this first part of the week isn't going according to plan. You know, you're not going to get to it till the weekend, or, you know, you're not going to get through it over the weekend. So you're going to jot it down here. What are some goals you have for next week? Don't forget. I probably will never have enough to like fill all this in, and that's okay. I don't even know that I would use these two sections here
just personally, I just know myself. I don't know that I would use those 2 sections, but I might even use it as another to-do list, maybe for this half of the week. I'm not sure. The only thing to note here is that Monday through Wednesday have bigger boxes, and then Thursday through Sunday have smaller boxes. That doesn't really bother me. If I found that though that I was running out of room, that might bother me, but I think that this is plenty of room. I actually might even like to see the spaces of these boxes on this side, but obviously that's not possible since there's 7 days a week. So now, if you notice down here, you've got your little icons. So if you got your workout in, you can check that off. If you got all of your water in, you can check that off. If you got all of your sleep that you needed to get in, 7 to 8 hours, you can check that off. And then I don't really love the word diet, but like, did you stick to your healthy habits? Did you stick to what you committed to? Did you, was your commitment for like eating this week, was it to eat all the prepared meals? Was it to take your lunch every day? Like whatever that goal is for you, that could maybe be what the apple stands for. For me, it won't be diet, but for me, it will more likely be that I, 1, packed my lunch, and 2, ate it. I am notorious for meal prepping and then not feeling like eating that and eating something else. So on the weeks where that's a really big goal for me, I might jot that down there. So one thing that's kind of different for me in my Moxie life, I'm used to like setting my goals like the week before, and that I'm going to show you my idea on that in just a minute, but I just wanted to kind of share that these symbols can mean anything, and you can kind of maybe lay that out for yourself on the next page. So I'm going to show you that in just a minute, but I really liked here that they brought those icons in here so you can kind of keep those as like reminders for yourself, like, hey, I wanted to work out. Did I do that? Yes or no?
All right, so moving on, this is going to be the next page. So after every week, you have this to look at. So one thing that I do kind of wish is that this was before the weeks. So I do wish that when you open this up, it wasn't your week yet, that it was this. So I would love to see this in the front of my weekly view, if that makes sense. But it is what it is. I'm still going to take advantage of this awesome page here, and I'm just going to make it work how I want to. So here they have 3 squares for each day for you to map out your breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And then what you want your workout to be, like cardio, legs, chest and back, whatever you want to do. You can lay that out here. Now, if you're not a workout person, maybe you could maybe even like sticker over this and put steps. And maybe you could write in how many steps you do. So I'm kind of like an all or nothing person. I really do like to use things. I like to make the most out of things. And I would be bummed if I wasn't in a workout stage right now, that this wasn't really getting used. So I would probably either white this out or put a sticker over it that said steps. I do probably about 20,000 steps a day at work minimally. So I would love to just maybe keep track of like how many steps I did, and then like maybe what my heart rate was for the day. I don't know. That'd be kind of something nice to track here. And then I think that I'm not really into meal prepping right now. I'm in the middle of moving. Probably not the middle. I'm settling down now, but we have been moving for a while, so meal prepping has not been my jam lately. And honestly, even eating 3 meals a day has not been my thing lately. So I might just maybe just to remember, maybe go through here and put down what I had for breakfast, lunch, and whether or not I ate dinner. I get up really early, and I stick to a pretty strict routine at work. We eat breakfast at 9, we eat lunch at 1. And then since I do eat a pretty big lunch I usually don't eat dinner. I don't know why, but I don't. So maybe I would just note that. But that's pretty cool there. And then over here, you can put your notes, and then it just has an area for like thankfulness. So what I was saying earlier about these icons and like maybe what they might mean for you. So let's say right now, you're really just not in a place where you want to be working out. I think that's totally fine. I think maybe over here you could write, workout and like what that means in order to cross that off, right? So maybe you walked 10,000 steps for the day, or you I went on a walk or whatever, like got out of the house, was active, like whatever that looks like for you. But maybe you could use this as like an intentional, like setting yourself up for the week and like what these are going to mean for you. So maybe your workout is getting 10,000 steps in a day or going on a walk once a day. And then, water, maybe whatever your water goal is, you can kind of note that here. Or maybe even that water thing would be drink more water and limit, like maybe you drink a lot of soda and you want to kind of cut that out. Maybe just cutting out. So like that water means you drank X amount of water and kept away from soda, or limited it to 1 soda, or only had 1 coffee, like whatever that looks like for you. And then sleep, maybe you're not as concerned about getting a full night's sleep. You want to be in bed at a certain time. Whatever that looks like for you, you can like maybe jot that down here. And like I was talking about earlier, I don't really love the word diet, but you know, what does that look like for me? What are my eating goals for the week? Is it to pack my lunch and eat it every single day? Is it to, you know, maybe eat out 2 times less a week or something? I don't know. Whatever that looks like for you, you can kind of jot that down. That's kind of why I wish that this was in front of the week. So it'd be like you're setting your goals and things like that for the week and then opening up your week rather than having to flip back to it. But it's really a minor thing. All right, so that's it. That's the meat and the potatoes of this planner. I love this planner. I think that this could be good for anyone, really. It only comes in pink and white, so I will say that. So probably, you know, my husband probably wouldn't jump in here with me in this one. But you know, it is great. It's a great gift. I actually might be ordering one of these for my mother-in-law here soon. But that's really it. So everything looks the same. This is February. It's your month at a glance, goes right into a week, followed by what we just went over. And then it's all the way the same, all the way to the very end. And there is some lined paper at the back, just a couple pages. And then it has a nice little pocket here in the back for you to put your stuff in. And then just really quickly, I did want to mention that they are having a sale that runs through New Year's. So they have a 25% off site-wide. And this planner is normally $65, but right now it's on sale for 25% off and free shipping through New Year's. So if you are wanting to try one out, now would be the time. 25% off is a great deal. I highly recommend getting this and your grocery pad. I think that these two are my favorite things for sure. I think these two things are going to go hand in hand. Remember, $12 for the grocery pad, $65 for the planner, 25% off and free shipping is amazing. And then if you wanted to throw in the Notepads, I think that these are a great addition too. All right, guys, that's all I have for you. Thanks so much for sticking around. I hope that this video was helpful. If you guys have any questions I can help answer, please drop them in the comments below. Thanks, guys.